hologram, so no, it's not cheating.
Yeah, but it'd be like having old photos of your girlfriend.
You fuck a hologram, but you use the fleshlight.
Maybe. But the hologram is just a video thing. You're not going to be able to touch it.
But you use the fleshlight. You'd hold on the fleshlight, and you can put the hologram right on you like she's lap dancing, and you jack the fleshlight.
You're better off just getting real close to it and looking at it because of that show. And what they wanted that show to be, what it ultimately became, and how like they weren't happy with the direction that it all went. But they started talking to me about JFK. And they're like, have you seen our special on JFK? I was like, I'm pretty familiar with the case. I know it pretty well. I've read several books about it. I've watched a bunch of different documentaries on it. Well, they gave me this the Jesse Ventura episode of it. It's pretty interesting, man.
You saw it?
Yeah, it's pretty interesting.
Did you learn any new things?
Well, they set up a rifle thing where you could see like the distance of how far he was shooting from the window, and like how accurate you could be with that rifle in that amount of time. In 6 seconds, fire off 3 shots. And you watch that and you go, wow, that's not likely. It's not likely he did that.
So what's your theory on who did it and how did they get away with it?
Well, this is the other thing. They focused on this guy, E. Howard Hunt, who is a known assassin, a known CIA agent, a guy who was, he was arrested for Watergate and wound up doing time for that.
So you believe he was assassinated by
his deathbed,
the CIA?
Yeah, for sure. I think, if I had to guess. Yeah,
because he wanted to abolish the CIA.
Yeah, I think Lee Harvey Oswald probably wasn't innocent. I mean, it was pretty obvious that Lee Harvey Oswald was some sort of a government agent, but it seems more than likely when you look at all the evidence about how fucking ridiculous the whole scenario was, the way they were parading him in that open area where it was totally unprotected, the president with the roof down, and they slowed down around the turn, the Secret Service guys.
There's so much shit.
There's
right?
so much shit. This is a setup. They set this up and they killed that fucking guy.
Yeah, for people not to at least say there's something fishy going on. Like what is fishy to you? Like you look at 911, shit, there's just so much fun. Isn't it fishy that Tower 7 just fucking got demoed? Isn't that fucking fishy? Doesn't that ring a fucking bell?
There's just so much nonsense with the case. The single bullet theory is often debated. Okay, and the scary thing about it is how many people are willing to come up with this weird, irrational explanation for why this one bullet did all these unlikely things and then wound up on the gurney. And the only reason for that is because that one bullet helps negate the possibility of conspiracy and attribute all 3 bullets to one guy. And it's the only real reason to do it. And the only reason they had to attribute this one bullet to all these wounds was because there was a man under the underpass, and this guy got hit in the face by a ricochet. The bullet hit the curb right in front of him, and the curbstone came up and fucked his head up. So this guy had to go to the hospital, and he told them what happened. So they knew that was a shot that was in the record, and they knew there was one other wound to Kennedy that was in the record. So the headshot, or before the headshot, the one that hit him in the back had to do all of his damage and then all the damage to Governor Connolly as well. So that's the only reason why they attributed to this one bullet. And then they magically find this bullet on a gurney in the hospital. And then the bullet doesn't even have any damage to it. The bullet looks like a bullet that's been fired through water. It doesn't look like a bullet looks when it goes through 2 human beings. It just doesn't. Period. I mean, it's nonsense.
The 911 commission report, same thing.
Do you think that? Do you really think 9/11 was a conspiracy? Is that what you think? For sure.
I think it's just so damn fishy, man. Just so much. I mean, isn't it fishy that Tower 7 got demoed?
Tower 7 is fishy as fuck.
That's fishy.
But what's possible to me, it's always possible in the back of my head that you got to look at incompetence.
1,500 engineers and architects, they say it's all bullshit.
That is Tower 7, right? That's what their dispute is. It's not 1 and 2, though, right? 1
and 2
is more.
I'm not sure.
See, the thing about 1 and 2 that a lot of people don't know when we're talking about the towers that fell, this crazy 911 conspiracy shit. Fuck you, Rogan. I'm shutting this off right now. I'm tired of your fucking pseudoscience. Towers 1 and Tower 2 were really the only tower that we know of that's ever been hit by a full jumbo jet full of fuel like that. And who knows? It might have been that design just was not really the right way to go if you're going to get hit by a fucking plane. Because if you watch the way 1 and 2 fall, to me, they fall like a building that's falling apart, which is like what I would assume would happen if it started, crumbling and crushing. Like it'd fall apart that way. When you look at Tower 7, though, Tower 7, it goes into its base. It collapses into its base. It doesn't collapse from the top down and pancake like 1 and 2.
There's video of it. There's several angles of it. we need to get to the bottom. It was left out of the 911 commission report, and then the explanations for it are fucking retarded. NIST came out and they did a presentation. It's on YouTube. NIST. It's ridiculous.
Do you think, though? Here's an alternate explanation. Do you think that Tower 7, first of all, was it's a less sinister possibility? Tower 7 was home to a lot of different organizations, right? Like, wasn't the NSA, and there was a lot of different physical records that were kept there that were lost completely in the demolition. Is it possible that if you have a place or a building that's filled with so much sensitive information, so much dangerous, sensitive information, that they might have built it with the design to implode it whenever they wanted to? In the case of a breach, in case of the possibility of losing all that information to, other governments or what have you.
Well, if that was the only thing that was fishy, there's like 1,000 things. Right. There's just so much shit. That's just the most obvious.
Well, that's the only thing I looked at for that.
That was the most. Look at like the Pentagon and all that shit. There's so much.
But it is also possible. I do also reserve the possibility that I don't know shit about architecture or engineering, and that if you start a massive fucking gasoline fire in the basement of a building and it turns into like essentially like one of those inside one of those green egg ovens.
I don't think
the floors all fall apart.
You look at Tower 7. There's several angles. It gets demoed right in the middle of all that shit.
Well, it certainly looks like it.
Add that to everything else, and then you saw what people are capable with JFK. That's just like it's business as usual, dude.
No, maybe. No, I'm not saying it's not. But I'm saying one of the things that's interesting is even though it does go in like a controlled demolition, it doesn't blow out like a controlled demolition. It's almost like maybe they just like did a really sweet one. Why do you figure out how to do like we got a really nice way of doing this? So minimal explosion. Really just kind of falls apart.
This information doesn't seem important enough for that though. Like if you it's secure.
Did you hear about, we were in Florida this weekend, Fort Lauderdale. Me and Duncan had a great fucking time. Awesome crowds. Thank you everybody that came out. We had a fucking blast. But when we were down there, a dog had gotten eaten in the Florida Keys recently by a crocodile. A crocodile took a 65-pound Labrador. It flew 4 feet out of the water and snatched it off of like a wall.
It probably happens a lot.
This dog was barking. This dog was barking. I don't know, man. I think this is pretty rare. It's a big dog. See, crocodiles are so much more dangerous. They go after shit. That's what people don't understand. Like in Florida, like when I was a kid, I lived in Gainesville, and we would feed the alligators marshmallows and shit. And they would like ask you to please don't feed the alligators marshmallows because marshmallows get in their digestive tracts. Meanwhile, these alligators would kill people's dogs. They would kill like old ladies' dogs. I was there when it happened once. It was like either it happened like right before we were there or right after we were there. But like my parents were really freaked out that an alligator ate a fucking lady's dog. Like she was walking along by the water and the thing just came out and snatched her dog from her. But crocodiles will chase people. Crocodiles will chase you. They go after shit. Yeah. They're way more aggressive. It's a completely different animal. Alligators sit and they'll just sit and wait for something to fuck up. So that dog must have fucked up. That dog just got too close. But a crocodile will chase that fucking dog and might just jack the old lady. They eat people. No problem. And this one flew 4 feet in the air to kill a dog. It's amazing that people would want to keep those around. Like you can't even shoot them. They're protected. Like what? You don't think that's dangerous? I mean, don't you guys have kids? You want to keep this fucking it's not like crocodiles are going to go extinct. If you want them, go to Africa. Go look at them real quick and then come back home. But let's kill all the crocodiles we have here. Are you crazy? Yeah. Let's make belts out of those bitches. Fuck crocodiles.
Gonna fuck up the ecosystem.
Yeah. What are you talking about? We are fucking up the Florida ecosystem, though. They got a real problem, man, with pythons. Those stupid fucks.
What?
They release pythons and they get too big. And then the fucking Everglades is like infested with giant pythons. Dude, we flew over the Everglades, and when we landed, it was early in the morning. Not early, like 9 a.m. And as we're flying in, I'm like looking out like out over the window. It's beautiful, but the fucking Everglades are huge. It's just all swamp. Like a big part of Florida is all just like water and trees growing out of the water and fucking giant snakes, giant 20-foot long pythons that are eating alligators. They're so big, they're eating alligators. There's a photo of a fucking python where an alligator burst out of its stomach. That's
so basically the Everglades are like the Amazon.
Well, it's kind of scarier than the Amazon because it's almost all water. Like a lot of it is water. It's like we're Possible. We got to be like Tupac at Coachella.
Yeah.
Tupac looked like he'd been doing MMA. Like maybe he's been training with
In
Pablo
1980.
Popovich. Maybe he's been doing Pablo Popovich's strength and conditioning routine because he looked yoked
Yeah, in 1980.
in 1980.
His clothes were all like just cheesy old 90s clothes or 80s clothes.
How did they do that? Did they use actual footage of him and just make holograms of that, or did
I don't
they build
know.
I think they
a
just
hologram
used
from
$10 million.
scratch?
How long has Coachella been around for?
Wow. That's
15
where
years?
15 years? Was Tupac alive when Coachella was around? Did he ever play at Coachella?
I'm not sure.
Well, this Tupac was saying, "What's up, Coachella?" So
Could have
was that
been
an
someone-
actor?
Yeah, I
playing
think it was
it?
an act. I think the whole thing was an actor.
The whole thing was
Yeah,
like a fake Tupac.
Yeah. That was a CGI, and that was
Someone else's voice.
Ew, there's something creepy about
His
it.
voice is easy to copy. He's got a very
Gorillaz,
distinctive voice.
The band
Yeah.
Gorillaz, I don't know if you know anything about Gorillaz, how that's
Yeah.
not a real band. They're
Right.
actually been doing this for a while using holograms. And
Really?
their latest one, I guess, is I don't know if it's out yet or not, but they were going to be doing the same kind of technology as this, but where like they go out into the crowd, like they have like a walkway, like kind of where fashion models use, where their band members will walk out in hologram style. Out into
Dude,
the audience.
soon you could like do. You don't have. You record one concert, bam,
Well,
you go home.
Yeah. Well, what's
They just use holograms.
What's
Yeah,
the
no
coolest
shit.
thing about this is that it exists, and that even though the price tag for it was $10 million, but seeing a movie for your first time back in whenever the 20s or 30s, a silent movie, you used to be like, wow, look at this amazing thing, and now you have it on your phone. So the cool thing about this technology is that it will be coming to us in a cheaper way and form factor somehow, and we're all going to be Star Warsing around with our Princess Leia's telling us to help
Help
somebody.
me, Obi-Wan. You're my only hope.
Yeah.
Yeah, no shit. And that was terrible technology. Princess Leia looked like shit.
Yeah.
That's gonna fucking bring porn back big.
Yeah.
Do you
Right,
remember
can you imagine that?
Wolf
Or
Blitzer?
ex-girlfriends, hologram ex-girlfriends.
Yeah.
You just-
Wolf Blitzer had the I'm all
Would that be
creepy.
considered cheating?
No.
If you had holograms and you just like,
Well, you can't fuck a hologram, so no, it's not cheating.
Yeah, but it'd be
but
like
you
having
put
old photos of your girlfriend.
you fuck a hologram, but you use the fleshlight.
Maybe. But the hologram is just a video thing. You're not going to be able to touch it.
But you use
So
the
you'd have to
fleshlight.
hold on
You'd
to
hold on to the
fleshlight.
fleshlight, and you can put the hologram right on you like she's lap dancing, and you jack the
think
the fleshlight.
You're better off just getting real close to it and looking at it. And just,
I think it'll work.
yeah.
Ejaculate on
definitely
top
work.
of a fleshlight.
Ew.
Or you take an ugly
come
chick,
on it.
put her inside a hot hologram, and the hologram moves to her. She's like she controls it, right? So she has a thin layer of a hologram around that ugly body. You might be able to hologram your face. Oh, that's a hologram.
That's true. Good point.
Can you
Very
imagine
good
that?
point.
You hologram some fucking beautiful person right on your face.
Makeup's gonna be a hologram in the future.
Hell yeah.
That'd be cool.
Well, yeah.
Clothing.
Have you seen her without her hologram?
You could put your whole face on. You could put a different face on. Imagine going out and you're talking to a girl and you see like,
Yeah.
you see a little disturbance.
damn. Dude,
Oh,
hologram,
shit.
hologram,
Goddamn
hologram.
hologram.
Fuck.
But a lot of times you can go fuck a hologram. The only thing is like your dick, like the first like half an inch of our lips is like transparent. Like you can see through it as your dick goes in.
Yeah.
You're like, man, what's going on here?
Yeah, wait, this is
What's really
all.
in here? It's really
Listen,
a dude.
I have
It's a lot of
something-
dudes.
I have something to tell you.